Good enough. I just didn't want to make it distracting. Okay, let's start a new game. Hard difficulty, accept. Let's go.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay. Ooh, the character creation screen. Let's see, we want to be probably a male. What race do we want to be? Human. Amawa, dwarf, elf, Orlin, godlike. The largest of the Kith races and are commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have an affinity for water, and many of their civilizations, such as Rauatai, are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. They get a might of +2. Humans get resolve +1, might +1. By virtue of land covered and number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world. They are commonly found in the Drywood, the Villian republics, and almost any colonized land. Dwarves are known for their great strength and tenacity. So they get might +2. Dexterity is -1, and constitution a bonus. Elves are the dominant race in Ireland Faith. +1 dexterity, might, or +1 perception. Let's see. I think we'll just do human. It's the more standard generic race, right? We could do a fun race. Mental intensity and sharp senses. Perception is +2. Might is -1, so he's not necessarily a melee fighter. Hmm. This is the human. Okay. And we want the most common humans in the drywood, the meadow folk, or Theriton, have lived in that area for almost 2,000 years. Meadow folk traditionally live at the edge of elven forests, working the open plains, hence the name. Most humans in the drywood are Theriton. Fighting spirit. Once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance. Temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. Let's see. Oriented near the equator on the other side of the globe and are currently the most widespread human group in that region, but they have also migrated to the far reaches of the world. Ocean folk are the dominant culture in the Valian republics and are also common in the drywood. They get fighting spirit once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance for temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. That sounds pretty good. Let's see. And the savannah folk, they come from south of the equator, and with the exception of some groups that migrate north, have remained in the same location for over 10,000 years. The name Natlan literally means original, while quite common in Ridicaris. Savannah folk are not usually seen in the drywood and the Valian republics. Their fighting spirit once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50% endurance. Folk temporarily gain bonuses to accuracy and damage. They all have same fighting spirit, so we'll pick that one's fun. We'll pick this one. Now, what class do we want to be? We can be a fighter. Or do we want to do ranged attacks? We could do that. Barbarian, paladin. Or we could go with magic. Spirit shift. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. These forms give the druid strong melee abilities and grant an additional power that while the druid is shifted. Barbarian. Endurance, let's see. Probably not a monk. Or a wizard. Or a rogue. What's the cipher? A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach ciphers were once called Brish Alaguin mine hunters by the Glen Fathans. Ciphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche, using an ability or enemy's essence as the force of their magic. Though most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the known world. They are gaining acceptance over time and are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. Powers. Ciphers can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-forced effects. These powers cost focus, which ciphers build through the use of their soul whip. Paladin. They have a bonus to all of their defenses over the course of the game. Okay. Fighters, just the generic, pretty much. He could be our tank. I think we'll go with a druid, and we will do shapeshifting of a. We should do a boar. That'd be kind of funny. Regenerates lost endurance and inflicts damage. Damage reduction. Fast attack. Higher defenses might be pretty good. Regenerates lost endurance and inflicts damage over time. Let's do the higher defenses. That'll be... Let's see. Points left for attributes. Probably not that much might. Anyway, we have 9 left. Do intellect of 18. Highly recommended. Let's do 16 might. What do we not need? Action speed and reflex. Culture. What culture do we want? The living lands. Mountainous region. You get a might of +1. Perception, constitution. We could do this one. Old Villa gives you another intellect. We'll have a ton of intellect. But if I do that, I wonder if it will go to 20 or if it will stay at maxed out at 19. I could lower it. Oh, wait. Let me check something. Okay, it does. So we can do that and then have the intellect of 19. Not so important. I think that's good. We'll try that. Old Villa. And our background will be survival, stealth mechanics, athletic mechanics. Drifter, athletics and survival, stealth and lore, maybe we'll do athletics and mechanics. That'll be for let's see, yeah, traps and locks. Except I'll probably have a dedicated person that does that, so maybe we'll do athletics and survival. Change my appearance. And we'll leave those generic. Facial hair do we want? We'll give him a big beard. That's good. Let's see, what voice do we want?
Huh?
I'll lead the way. Let us end this.
Let's keep quiet.
What is it?
Watch and learn.
Let's go.
Yeah?
Now I am the leader of the group.
Ha!
Silence surrounds me.
Yes?
Now I am the leader of the group. Silence surrounds me.
Leading the way. Ha!
We'll pick that one. Enter his name. That's good. And I think that's it. Let's see what magic we have. Charm Beast. Spirit Shift. Dancing Bolts. Nature's Mark. Sunbeam calls down a shaft of intense sunlight, burning and potentially blinding those caught in the area effect. There's a giant razor sharp talon. Twisted vines. Health regen. Let's see. Spiky thorns. Winter wind. Journey to Gilded Vale. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
Wonder if I should read the extras that's not voiced.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks over you.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Sparfell nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find
They
these
grow on
berries?
a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to the other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personalities and attitudes. Hmm. Who did build the
Got
ruins?
different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Leave. I'll go see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
Woman looks up on her own time.
He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Welcome to Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Eora, you may want to watch these windows to become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. I'm going to disable that.